Peace and blessings, everyone. How are you doing? I hope all is well. First of all, those of you who are new to my channel, who have just subscribed, I first of all want to take time out and thank you for subscribing to my channel. As you please like my content, share it, and hit the notification bell for any updates in the future. And those of you who have been my who are not new to my channel, has been my faithful loyal YouTube subscribers, I would definitely like to thank you all for definitely being there, supporting me, being a faithful loyal YouTube subscriber here. Um, as stated, I will be bringing updates in the future. In the near future, I will be bringing updates to the channel. So definitely stay tuned for that. And for those of you, if you have any consultations, if you want to set up a consultations, if you want to schedule a reading, a session, if you have any serious business inquiries, I don't know why I said personal, but but if you have any serious business inquiries, uh, or if you wanna offer to collaborate, I ask you please hit me up at rodpleasure22@gmail.com. Let's get started here. Um, I remember I talked about on a reading. I think it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday, a day before. It was one of the two, and I was talking about Mercury could join the Jupiter, that energy. We got the new moon coming up in Pisces. Okay. Both Mercury and Jupiter was transiting Aquarius, right? So the thing is here is that, okay, then we got Mars going into Gemini as well. That's about trying new things, connecting in different ways, doing things in different ways. So with that being said, I talked about what's going to take place with this Mars and with this Mercury and Jupiter energy, right? And I did say some things may come up that may cause like an emotional upheaval, you know, emotional fall, emotional upheaval, or it may cause chaos and upheaval because Mercury itself as well represents chaos. So, and Aquarius represents the consciousness. Abrupt changes, it represents consciousness. With that being said, because I talked about with Virgo, and I did talk about with Virgo, I was talking about how a critical balance have to be struck. A critical balance have to be struck, right? I talked about that. Because see, Gemini and Virgo originally share the same ruler. Mercury ruled both of those signs. Because Mercury is an androgynous planetary energy here. And with that being said, that's about coming to balance with both of our masculine and feminine energies. Coming to balance with our conscious mind and subconscious mind. Striking that balance here. And with that being said, I was because I was witnessing, events that was happening to different people, or I was watching about events happening to different people, or observing. And I said then, I was like, okay. I said it's something. It's a higher truth behind this. It's a higher meaning behind this. Because it's stated half of the time we need to start looking at. Sometimes we need to start looking at things from a metaphorical and spiritual sense. I mean, a metaphorical sense rather than looking at things from just a physical or practical sense, right? Because we don't need to always look at it from a physical sense. It doesn't, we need to look at, half of the time too, we need to look at things from a metaphorical sense. And so with that happening, and I said that's the purpose behind this, because mind you, we just had Mercury went direct, and we're in the second week of the post shadow period. Mind you, the energy's changing. I think we're in the second week. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, we're in the second. Yeah, we're in the second week because the post shadow period ends Saturday. It ends Saturday on March 6th. Because Mercury just went direct on the 20th, so that which fell on the Saturday on February 20th. Okay, and cause see, it give us a chance to go back and correct it and look back over things from the past that was amiss, right? And so, cause see, Aquarius represents the 11th house. 11th house represents scandals. It represents not the groups. It represents people working at cross purposes. It represents collaboration. You know, things of that nature. Goals. You know, social media, technology, our acquaintances. So, and then it happened then we got this new moon happening in the sign of Pisces. Some of you it may be even situations dealing with older people with your own, with older people that even people close to you that in some cases too, whereas they could be doing some skimming things behind your back, or it you know, it's different for everybody. I'm just calling it out as an example. That's like an example. But what I want to say here is that the reason why I came to this is because both signs, Virgo and Pisces, represents um, fear. They pretty much like, well, because we got North Node of Gemini, that's about destiny, fate, and with this Virgo and Pisces energy, it's like, okay, they look at their fear because they looking like they question like the what ifs. They question the what ifs rather than just going with the flow, being open to something. They up a constant question of what ifs. You know, is what that is. So the question is here. Well, I'm gonna say question, but the message I was picking up tonight, and I was shuffling while I was off camera. I had to shuffle right away. Um, the question, I mean, the message I was picking up tonight pertaining to this is about facing the music. Now it's time to face. It's time to face the music. Facing your own music. What I mean by that, if you had whatever is lying dormant, because I talked about balance between the mind and the subconscious, the conscious mind and subconscious mind. I talked about that, and I talked about coming to balance with your masculine and feminine energies, the positive, negative energies. I mean, your dark energies as well, coming to balance with the two and transmuting those energies. Right? I talked about this. A lot of people fear going that route. You know, a lot of people fear doing that, but that's what you have to do. You know, you're gonna get dry. You're gonna be getting dragged through the mud until you face those energies that's lying dormant within you. So, so the energies that I was picking up here, because we got Uranus and Taurus too. Later this year, we're gonna have an eclipse in Taurus. That's what Uranus is. Taurus represents our comfort zone. Even the South Node itself represents our comfort zone, right? So when I was pulling cards here early, I was shuffling off camera. I got the King of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Five of Swords. This is something we've been battling with for a long time. We've been battling with this for a long time. You know, some of us, and it's time. As I stated, it's been lying dormant, and we've been trying to keep it dormant here. And it's time to face, and it's really time to face the music wherever this is. I'm gonna get to what I'm talking about in a second, because I was talking about this in previous readings. Six of Cups, Six of Wands, the Sun, the Ten of Swords, King of Wands crowned the Ten of Swords, the Four of Swords crowned the Sun. I got the Four of Pentacles crowned the Six of Wands, and I got the Five of Swords crowned the Six of Cups. So, I'm going to stop right there right quick. So, what's going on here is that, because as I stated, when I do part 2 in the future, I'm gonna do part 2. I'm gonna make this a whole reading, because see, when I start doing part 2 in the future, and I will let you all know, you all will have to go to, if you want to listen to part 2, you all will have to of a reading. You all will have to go to Vimeo or Patreon in the future and purchase those readings here. But okay, so what I'm getting here is that I remember I was talking about facing the music, right? So, let me give an example. Those people, those of you who keep going through these experiences, especially those of you who have Pluto opposing that South Node, you're going through a lesson right now, whereas I won't say you're going through a lesson, but it's been like a constant pattern that's been taking place, and you'll be like, I don't know, you know, I don't know, I'm kind of scared to go that route. No, you got to face it. There's no, you know, there's no escaping it, because that's what Pisces represents, escapism. There's no escaping it. God said a critical balance have to be struck here. And what I'm getting here is that those of you who have been encountering power games, you know, to each of his own, you know, you all have your own beliefs, but this is what I'm picking up. Those of you who have been experiencing power games and such things of that nature, you are needing to tap into that other side of you. You are need to tap into that other side of you. You need to surrender, release control. I talked about release control, the Virgo energy, especially you all have Chiron and Virgo. You all need to release control here. Trust in yourself, have faith in yourself, is what it is here. You all are needing to, and your abilities, you all are needing to release control here. And what you are needing to do is tap into those energies. What I mean by that is that, what I'm saying here is that, you know, it may seem kind of weird from like your like how you were conditioned to believe what you were conditioned to believe in, you know, and your way of thinking, how you adopted your way of thinking. I remember I did say Uranus is in Taurus too, you know. This where we got an eclipse is going to happen later this year. It's going to shake up a lot of things. And And speaking of that, we could see earthquakes and stuff at the time, you know, because Taurus itself, it rules the earth, you know, in a sense. Mother Nature, it rules the earth in a sense. So I'll get to that another time. Um, but what I'm saying here is that we're gonna see a change in the economy too. We're gonna see a change in the economy. So, um, like I said, I get to that in another video at another time. But what I'm saying here is that it's that place that you could see. It's that place that you scared to go in. That it's the side of you that you scared to come to balance with, and you're needing to come to balance with that energy. They have to be balanced. They have to be balanced. Without balance, you know, how can you know, without balance, you know, how can anything happen? How can something be created? That has to be balanced. So, with that being said, those of you who are dealing with power games, to get straight to the point here, it's teaching you a lesson about, and it's prompting you to come out that old way of thinking, and you are needing to you are needing to is teach you about a side that you need to tap into. It's a side that you may consider as like, okay, it's fucked up, you know, stuff like that, and how you do things. But it's teaching you about that you need to come to balance with this side. Especially for order for different things to change, or you could be equipped to things. That's what it's doing here. It may kind of feel like you're being dragged through the mud, but that's what this is here. Especially if those of you who are going through your Saturn return or Saturn Sun transit is teaching you this. You've been battling with it for so long, see, and it's part of your nature. You let people brainwash you. Don't let people brainwash you and condition you into thinking, you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do that. No, don't let people brainwash you and condition you from your true nature. And don't throw your soul under the bus. It's something that you've been battling with for the longest. It's part of your inner self, your higher self, your true inner self of who you are here. And you need to come into balance. You are needed to release control. Release control. You are needed to release control. And trust in yourself. Have faith in yourself. Trust in yourself. Is here. Cause see, we've been battling with this for the longest. It's more so like okay. It's more so like okay. It's like okay. Our inner self wants. Let me put it like this. It's like okay. One part of our mind be like, okay, do it. You know, we want to do it. But like another part is like, nah, don't do it. You know, it got to be a balance created. Or one part of ourselves like, nah, don't do it. And then another part be like, do it. You know, it's like you're having an urge to do it. Like you're being pulled, drawn to do it. Right? You know, even though timing and, you know, stuff like that comes with that, that had to be at another time. You know? But what it's saying here is that there has to be a balance have to be created. You've been fighting with this long enough. It's like you were fighting. It's like you win the battle, but you was losing the war. You was winning the battle. You were fighting a losing battle. You were winning the battle, but you was losing the war. Fighting with yourself, trying to gain one upsmanship, using it as escape, using it as escape here. And you are now needing to expand, and you are needing to grow out of that. Because see, something got to give. And it's like some of you, you're gonna feel the energies, but basically something have to give here. There have to be a surrender. You have to surrender. Something got to give in order for you to see different results, different outcomes. Something have to give here. Is what this is here. It's time for you to take control of your own destiny, your own life, your own destiny. It's time for you to take control of it. Here. It's time for you to face these energies. These people that come across your path for a reason, that's doing these mind games, they come across your path for a reason. And what reason that is, it's for you to come into balance with your own energies. The Nine of Cups. The Nine of Wands. Or the Knight of Wands. This is you breaking free from that energy. Because in order to accomplish something, as a state, not in order to accomplish something, but as stated, you have to face the music here. You're gonna feel different after you do that. You're gonna feel a difference. It may feel weird, but you're gonna feel a difference. I remember I stated in a previous reading as well, the smallest step could be the biggest step of your life. That's what I was talking about. This the Five of Pentacles. That's changes. Changes. Milestones that were hit. Changes. With the Five of Pentacles. This is major. I consider this is something major. Because it's been holding you back for the longest, and you can't no longer escape this. You can't no longer escape it. It's time for you to face the music. See how this person got the back turn? They need to face this person that's behind them. Face that dark energy. Face that fear. Because fear ain't nothing but energy. You need to face the music here. Take back control of your life. It's like you're gonna feel confident in control. Yeah, because it's gonna. One thing about it, I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna chase you until you face it. Wherever this is that you're running from, because mine, I told you all, our soulmates, they have a blueprint. They're a blueprint of our fears that we're afraid to face, and we're running from and escaping from. And the thing is, here's that they're being sent our way for a reason, or we're being sent across each other's paths for a reason. It's for to help each other face those fears and to heal wherever there is, especially with our own shadow. Those of us, we already have went through shadow work, but it's part of even more of a healing, the energies with the shadow, with our own shadow. Our shadow always gonna be there, but it's time for us to integrate with that shadow. It's time for us to integrate with that shadow. Because that's part of our individuality of who we are. Like I said, it's shadow work. This is part of the shadow work. Our own shadow work. This is our own shadow work. You see that person behind? That's a shadow. This part of our own shadow work. And we've been battling with this for a long time, and we need to give into it and surrender into it. And integrate with that. Because if not, like they said, I mean, my uncle used to tell me this all the time when he was living and he was in school, and I see what he meant by that up until this day. Before he passed away, life will whoop your ass until you learn. Life will whoop your motherfucking ass until you learn. And that's what, and I see exactly what he's talking about. So let's move on here, shall we? I had the Three of Wands at a crossroad. It's like the energy, like, okay, should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I do it? Should I not do it? And it's like we're contemplating. Should I do it? Should I not do it? But as I stated, the smallest step can be the biggest step of our life. It's gonna show up in different ways. Here, and you got the Tower. We face that energy. This is an awakening. We face this energy, and you're gonna be like, afterwards, you're gonna be like, well, damn, that was simple. It's like you may feel, it's like you may feel weird afterwards. Some of you may feel like a feeling of like, I don't want to say like a feeling of guilt maybe, but my thing is here is that that's part of that Pisces energy. Some of you may feel like a feeling of guilt, and stuff like that. Should I done this? Should I done that? That's part of Virgo energy too, with that critical thinking that it's like, should I done this? Should I done that? I don't know. Should I done this? Should I done that? It's teaching you to be confident, to trust in you. That's what that is. And that's what it is with the shadow here. I know this is a scary place to go, that we got to go deep down in, but that's what got to happen. The music had to be have to be faced here. And watch how you see your experiences changes. And watch how you see that fear diminish. And you're going to rise up and defeat that energy. That fear energy that you've been feeding it to. It's a mind thing. The yin and the yang, the masculine and feminine energies, the conscious energy and the subconscious energy. And you, this person on this chariot, the masculine, the feminine energies. The feminine energies, the masculine energies. You being in control of your life, in control of your own destiny here. Self-empowerment. Your higher self coming to your throne within you, with who you are, your foundation, your sun sign, your foundation, who you are. You could do this. You could do it. People be like, you may be like, I don't know, they kind of seem fucked up. No, it don't seem fucked up. I promise you it don't. You just need to break away from those. It's time to let go of those old conditions, the old mindsets, the old ways of thinking, or whatever you've been adopting and brought up off of, that has been holding you back karmically. This is what this is here. That's that reward. That's your spiritual reward. This eternal reward, eternal abundance. And it's on all, and it's like this gonna show up in all areas of your life, spiritually and practically. It's gonna show up, and you will be divinely protected as you do this. This is part of your path. Cause like I said, you'll see then afterwards it's a mind thing. It was a mind thing all along. When you kept feeding into that fear, it was a mind thing all along. See, you being in control of your life. And you being divinely guided to do this. You being divinely guided to do this. You're going to realize at the end of the day that you can create, you can manifest here, that you can use your energies. You can temper those energies. You being guided to your higher self, your inner self. So you can be equipped for whatever challenges that will come in the future. This is self-mastery. This is self-mastery. And everything will balance itself out. It's going to show up. Everything will balance itself out. You have to surrender and become open to it. And like I said, because as I stated, when you don't create that balance, guess what? You're powerless. When you don't come into balance with both energies, that masculine and feminine energy is yours. That conscious mind and subconscious mind, we're powerless. There's healing that has to happen. And that critical balance that has to be struck. Virgo itself represents that middle part of the brain. Whereas that critical balance, that's that critical balance in the middle part of the brain that has to be struck is what it is here. And that balance had to be struck. That critical balance had to be struck. Your own foundation. And this is you freeing yourself from that energy, that old mindset, that outdated mindset, and you're gonna realize with Saturn when it go retrograde in Aquarius, it's gonna show us whether it's for the positive or negative. It's gonna teach us a lesson about that we can manifest. We have the ability to manifest with our thoughts and our words too. And even with our actions, we have the ability to manifest. And it's going to bring balance. It's going to bring happiness, fulfillment, freedom. Freedom is our limitation. Freedom has its own foundation. Freedom has its own foundation. See that mountain that's being built? Freedom has its own foundation. It's about how our restrictions and limitations, what we allow, what we will not allow, what we settle for, what we will not settle for. Is what this is here. What makes us happy, and what doesn't. What's hindering us? What's serving the purpose? What's not serving the purpose anymore? What's hindering us? What we've been battling with that we have to face. And see, once you face this, you will see. You will see, like, it's like an aha moment. You will see, like, oh, okay, this what this is. This why, cause see, it's like more so like being taken through a cycle. You can be like, and these soulmates that came, the two of cups will be soulmates, and this third cup will be you in the middle. And you'll be like, oh, okay, I see what they trying to teach me. I see why I had these experiences. That's what that is. And you coming into wholeness with who you are. Wholeness and completeness with who you are and who you are to become. And taking these actions, some of your path, it can cause some of your paths to change, but it's for the better. It's for your highest good. Here is what this is here. Because it's stated that critical balance have to be struck. This is about within. It's something within you that you've been battling with that has been lying dormant in that basement of yours. That's been lying dormant that you need to come into balance with consciously, subconsciously, your higher self, your inner self, your higher ego, your lower ego. Creating that balance, transmuting, creating that balance, that equal exchange, creating that balance here, working with those energies. And pull 2 cards spirit message, and I would definitely end this reading. The 4 of Pentacles, as I stated, releasing. The World, a cycle that's ending. I was guided to pull this card, so I'm gonna pull it. And I got the 5 of Wands. These are changes. This is what we've been fighting with. This is what we've been fighting with for the longest, and we want surrender too. And it's time for us to surrender to it. The 4 of Pentacles came out again. It's that it's within us what was lying dormant. What was lying dormant with the 4 of Pentacles and 4 of Swords. What was lying dormant. And it's time for us to surrender to it. Once we do that, we learn to transmute those energies. Adapt, transmute those energies. Work with those energies within us. It getting us even more and more in alignment with who we are. And these are cycles that are ending. Karmic cycles. With the World card, that's Saturn. That's a Saturnian cycle being completed. Some of us are going through a universal loop right now, coming to the end of the universal loop for the past 19 years of it's like it was a 19-year or a chop from childhood to now a universal loop. Because some of us are going to our Saturn returns too, or soon will be. And it's part of the process. In order for these things to happen. It's helping us mature. And I talked about what mature is Matures when we come into balance with who we are, mind, body, and spirit, consciously and subconsciously. And we learn to work with whatever to help manifest or create our future. The lifestyle that we want, the lifestyle that we see that we want, and also overcoming any challenges here, so we can be equipped for whatever situations that come in the future, come towards us in the future. Any challenges, the obstacles that come towards us in the future. Immaturity would be those who, and also we'll be able to integrate with ourselves. Immaturity will come into, and we'll unite, we'll integrate with our own individuality completely. Immaturity would be those who are still fighting with who they are, the higher self, still stuck in the old ways, adopting those old mindsets, resisting change, refuse to align with the mind, body, and spirit, with the flow of energy and with the flow of time, and their own energies going against their own energies. And it's delayed them. It's delayed them. It's causing them to be off. It causes them to. It's delayed them. It's driving them further away from their own path. Is what it is here. And that's why they keep experiencing the issues that they keep experiencing. Some of them, they even got energies and entities, dark entities attached to them. Some of them need a spiritual cleansing or demonic energies. And some of them need spiritual cleansings or energy clearings. And of those of you who are in the need of energy clearings and spiritual cleanses, or know anyone, I know someone who will definitely do that. And contact me at robpleasure22@gmail.com. And I know someone who, for further information, I know someone who would do that at an affordable price. You don't have to do anything on your end. They would do everything on their end. The consultation is free, but you will have to pay for to get the energy clearing done, the spiritual cleansing and the energy clearing done. And I promise you, you'll be like, that's the best thing ever that happened in your life, because you're gonna see not only results spiritually, but you're gonna see it practically. You're gonna experience it. You're gonna be in alignment with it. And things that was blocked off from you, those, cause see, when they come down to when those energies become attached to your energy field or who you are, cause see, those parts of the soul that was missing, when that it was being left vulnerable, based off of things that happened when you're younger that caused trauma, things of that nature. And it's like it opened a hole up for those energies to come in and feel that void attached to you. It caused you to feel block and feed off your energy. It caused you to feel powerless and caused you to have health issues, in a sense, and block you from who you are. Again, for you to integrate with who you are, who you truly are. And it's like, after clearing away those energies, and it's like, after you clear away those energies, parts of the soul that was running, that went into this non-binary reality, it's being called back. And after they're being called back, it's like you're gonna experience a difference. You may experience like a sort of a detox, but you're gonna experience a difference outwards. And things that was blocked off from you, your abilities, spiritual abilities, or whatever that was blocked off from you, that was restricted from you, is more so like you're gonna to be honest, I'm gonna leave it like this. It's gonna show up. Not only spiritually, but practically, it's gonna show up. So if you're in the need of an energy clearing, a serious spiritual cleanse or energy clearing, at affordable price. And like I said, you don't do nothing on your end. It's not like how it is with some of these other people. Like whereas you had to go to you had to pay them, consult them, and pay them, and then you had to turn around and you had to go to the store and pay out extra money doing stuff on your own. It's nothing like that. It's nothing like that. This person here does all the work. They're well experienced. This person here does all the work. This person well experienced, they're well educated, you know. They're very spiritually in tune. You don't have to do anything on your behalf. Like I said, consultations are free, but the pricing, you cannot beat those pricings. That's not hard to beat at all. You cannot beat those pricings for to get it done. And you be like, damn, it was worth it. You would not regret it. But this is the reading. As stated, for those of you who are wanting to consult me for any readings, collaborations, or have any serious business inquiries, or have any questions, as you please hit me up at rodpleasure22@gmail.com. Till next time, peace and many blessings.